Let us take a moment, as usual, to slow down our breath, to anchor the focus from the mind down and down and down. And feel the connection of each breath of earth. Drop all the worries and concerns. And we are now connecting with our higher selves, our soul and guides, through the heart, through the higher mind. In and now releasing anything that no longer serves the now. One more time. Into our stillness. Let me once again adjust the microphone. So, surely intense time with different intense events being presented to us. On the American side, of course, the Amazon event. On my side of the world, there's also a lot of conflict being showed, and a lot of prayers, a lot of people meditate together, send love. And let's take just one moment of love of our hearts. Allow this to ripple and soothe all the tension within our bodies and within the collective and Gaia. Before I get into the topic of this video, I would just like to mention that when there's intense events from the external world being presented to us that triggers sadness, anger, frustration, grief, heaviness, take a moment to detach from all the informations on the news and go in. What is being triggered inside? Whether our sense of control, our fatherhood sense, the sense of protectiveness, the sense of control, and also our motherhood sense, the desire to help, the desire to as well protect, being triggered. And within these layers, anger, frustration, grief and sorrow and fear. And sometimes blaming, sometimes pointing, sometimes swing within the duality being triggered. Go in and tune into those. And observe what action, what choices we can make, we can shift, so that we don't feed into the energy of greediness. And also, what can we work on from within? For me, it's that habits of identifying myself with fear cycle, and I've been reminded to shift away from that. This will be different to individual. So, as we flow into today, on my side of the world, we are now on the 27th of August. Some places that you may be listening to this is maybe on the 26th still. Now, a lot of information flowing, a lot of downloads flowing. So, once again, if there's any intense events from the external world being reflected, take a moment to reflect, to review and shift, and keep focusing on forward movement. Because there's, at the same time, on the flip side, there's lots of downloads of information, there's lots of opportunity, lots of portals opening up for us to tune into the ancestors with wisdom, to tune into this new inspiration that we are receiving, to share information, to connect, to offer our medicines to the world through heart-centered services. New energy, beyond fear of lack, beyond control. Now, what I want to share is that according to the information that's flowing into the moment of now, the Mayan calendar and all of this energy, of course, being rises up from the Amazon jungle, from the shamanic journey that we have been engaging with since the eclipse portal of July. And today, according to the Mayan calendar, is in the number 13 tone, and this brings cosmic transcending. I will leave the link where you can check this information in the description box, so make sure you check it out. Now, 13 frequency, offer transcending, offer us to rise above the 12 timeline and space, 12 zodiac energy, and also for us to tune into the wisdom of 13 crystal skull. And this is going to be different and unique according to each of our own connection with soul journey, with Akasha. Within these opening up of individual downloads, it's going to be a very non-intellectual connection, bypassing the logic mind, flowing down into the heart, and then the heart feels and process and sends information to the mind, and then the mind write and take note, and then put everything into a physical order, into something that we can share into the physical world. So as in this morning, I had a bit of ceremonial cacao from Peru, Ashininka tribe. I've been drinking cacao for quite a while now for my own expansion, for my own journey, and I have been starting offering cacao to my friends in Bangkok as well. So under the guidance of my higher self cacao, and also Grandmama, this is ruby in solitite, and it's been carved in Brazil. And every time I tune in to her guidance, she always reflected my parallel self's connection with the energy of Master Skull. I will also leave a link of a talk that may expand your connection with 13 Skull if you feel resonate. So as I meditated this morning, 13 locations on earth comes up. And I came out from my meditation, grab a pencil and start writing. And this is again a non-intellectual connection, just automatic writing without judging whether this is right and this is wrong. And the locations are, see how this resonates. Canada, the west side, Florida, Guatemala, Tibet, Angkor is the island, Bermuda Triangle, Uluru, Australia, Antarctica, Siberia, Indus Valley, Indus River, which encompasses Pakistan and India, Mount Fuji and Mount Kilimanjaro. Now, this energy is portals on earth is going to speak to you in a very individual level, according to your heart connection, according to your soul connection. And you may feel drawn to tune in through your meditation, through your astral, or also you may feel drawn to visit physically. You may feel drawn to anchor your energy. But also I feel that in this moment of time, the energy is so powerful that we can tune in to the ancestral wisdom and start drawing connection of how the energy of each land serves us in moving forward. For me, as soon as I got this location down, I communicate with few other people, and they all live in different locations on the world, few other people that are always in sync with my connection, and then we share information, and then this help in expansion. So if you have anyone who is in sync with your connection, share, communicate, because it really offers the process of expanding. And this is why I'm creating this video as well, for you to allow these seeds to be planted in its own unique ways. So for my location is Tibet and Angkor. Angkor is still unfolding in its own way, but at the moment Tibet has a lot to do with the energy of the spiral movement. And in synchronicity, the spiral, the golden spiral or Fibonacci sequence, 13 is one of the Fibonacci number. And when I tune into the energy of Tibet, a conch shell comes up. And this speaks of the spiral journey. The spiral flow sometimes bring us deep inward into the old cycle, into our egoic mirrors, into the old patterns in order to heal, transform, and realizing what is still blocking us from aligning with the heart. And also at times, the spiral movement allow us to rise, allow us to tune into this evolving energy. And not only that, I've been feeling the connection of Kailash, Mount Kailash, excuse my pronunciation if it's a bit off, and the rivers that Tibet provide the region around here. Total there are 8 main rivers, but Mount Kailash provide 4 rivers down. Ganges is one of them, Indus River is one of them. And with this water energy brings in purification of what lingers within the bottom of the spine, within the root, with that old sense of self, so that we can build once again new identity, new definition that keep us moving forward. And let me stress that these definitions continue to shift. So again, the practice of non-attachment. And also I want to share that if any location out there calls upon you, allow that location to blossom like a flower. It doesn't have to be, let's say, only in Tibet. It can be the region around Tibet as well. And if you are in Australia, it can also be the region around Australia itself. So allow your imagination to have fun with this whimsical, mystical playfulness mode of expansion, hence again the inner child. And also connect and allow this intensity to also assist you in expanding. Sometimes contracting serve, compression serve for us to pause, for us to process what's going on within. But once that's done, expand, share, communicate, make notes, connect, have fun. I will put the writing in the description box so you can read and you can do your own research if you feel the call to. There. Do not fear and set doubts aside. We are all guided, for Gaia's ancestor grids are opening up for us to tune in with the guidance of the heart, with the guidance of our guides, of our ancestors. And as always, with this rapid flow and intense flow, balance the journey of exploration with rest, with pause. For the physical body also is telling us, okay, here's intense, here we need rest. We must listen to that. Balance. Thank you for being you. Thank you for connecting as always. Lots of love. Namaste.